I'm the Executive Director of the Ontario Association of Community Futures Development Corporations and the moderator for this event. I'm pleased to recognize the Honourable Marianne Finlay, Minister of Human Resources and Skills Development and the Member of Parliament for Haldimand Norfolk, and Your Worship the Mayor of Norfolk, Dennis Trevally. Thank you to everyone to attending this announcement. Such a wonderful location here at the Norfolk County Fair and Horse Show. It's been over 2 years since the Sand Plains Community Development Fund started, and we're pleased to be here to tell you about 2 exciting community development projects. Minister Finlay?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
That was good. That was good. Well, I'm really delighted to be here as the MP today and to see so many familiar faces supporting our great communities here and helping us develop Ontario's South Coast. The Government of Canada is investing through the Sand Plains Community Development Fund $125,000 in the Norfolk Arts Centre for regional studio tours. I'll talk a little bit about the Norfolk Arts Centre project for a moment, if I may. It's a weekend-long event where several artists open their studios to the public for self-guided tours. And we've had something like this for a few years, but this is much bigger than even Norfolk, because there are about 150 artists who live and work in the region, which means that the money derived from these studio tours will circulate within the 5 counties. It also means more tourist traffic, shopping trips, restaurant visits, and more overnight stays in our communities. Back in March, studio tour representatives from Norfolk, Brant, Elgin, Middlesex, and Oxford spoke about putting together a marketing partnership. And they all agreed to market the South Central Ontario region studio tours and incorporate other destinations and experiences in the region. So this will make a really well-rounded tourism experience for the Sand Plains. Now, one of the great things about this project is that while these 5 counties are working together and marketing the tours jointly, they're also able to operate their own unique tour. So with this investment from the Government of Canada, we'll see an increased profile for the regional studio tours. Now, following each studio tour, the Norfolk Arts Centre will send out a detailed report to each of the 5 counties, which outlines all of the benefits that were gained through the experience. And they'll also be distributing this great catalog that I'm sure most of you have already seen, but it's wonderful. You want to figure out how to spend a weekend or 2 or 3, it's all in here. Because there are maps, there are photographs, there are profiles that will serve as a guide to the tours, as well as a souvenir for the tourists.
To start with, I'd like to thank the Government of Canada, the Department of Agriculture, Agri-Food, and in particular, I'd like to thank the Sand Plains Community Development Fund, the South Central Ontario Region, the SCORE, Norfolk County, and I'd really like to thank Minister Finlay for joining us today because she's a very busy person, as we well know. This initiative, I'd like to mention, brings together the tourism department's 150 entrepreneurial artists and cultural points of interest for a unique, and I mention this is unique regional marketing network. There is no other regional network like this in Ontario. 4 studio tours have already happened this fall, and initial feedback from the artists is that the Arts Country catalog has brought in additional visitors, which has led to increased sales and especially recognition. The Norfolk Arts Centre is proud to be the project lead on behalf of all our partners in our creative rural economy. I'd like to recognize our project coordinator, Barber and Veri, for their very hard work building regional support, managing our project, and preparing the catalog and website design. One of the key components of this project is the long-term stability. To that end, we've already begun sourcing funding for a follow-up catalog in 2012. SCORE's creative rural economy is on the rise, and the Norfolk Arts Centre is going to lead the way. Thank you.
What a legacy for a federal government. When they just provide the money, we do all the heavy work and make them look good. Right? Certainly the program has been successful, and that ends the political message, by the way. The program has been very successful. We had approved 68 projects for a total of 11.2 million in funding program in the loan side. The applicants themselves have invested further 26.9, let's call it $27 million for an overall direct investment in the region of the 5 counties, the Sand Plains, of $38.1 million. I got to run to another place in a moment. These projects have resulted in 225 full-time jobs, 60 part-time jobs, 119 seasonal jobs, and sustained, or not lost, 270 jobs, for a grand total of 674 jobs in a depressed time. Great news.